All right, let's have a look now on the other side of the team who will be playing against the British and Irish Lions. We can look at the moment because they have released obviously selected a 2025 squad as Schmitty has released it. Now, this is the current squad for them at the moment. So you can see it's not broken down by position. It's just kind of going in, I guess, alphabetical order from the first name. So you've got Alex Hodgman, who used to play for the All Blacks, actually. He's played 4 tests for them. Alan Alalatoa, Andrew Callaway, Angus Bell, Angus Blythe, Ben Donaldson, who I think is fastly becoming the number 1 option, in my opinion anyway, for the Wallabies. His attack is great, his goal kicking has gotten much better, and his decision making is better. But we'll have a see in the Super Rugby season. Then you got Billy Pollard, Brandon Paenga-Amosa, who played for Montpellier as well in the top 14, Carlo Tazzano, Charlie Cale, Corey Toole, Darby Lancaster, David Feluai, Dylan Peach, Filippo Dalgunu, Fraser McWright, Hamish Stewart, Harry Hoopert, Harry Potter. Yeah, it talks for itself, that name. Harry Wilson, Hunter Paisami, Isaac Kailea, Jake Gordon, James Slipper, Jeremy Williams, Joseph Aukuso Suali'i, Josh Canham, Josh Fluke, and obviously Suali'i is the player who signed from Rugby League, but he obviously used to play schoolboys rugby anyway, but he got jumped on real quick at 17 years old by a club in the NRL, professional contract. I mean, why would you say no, right? But the money that he's on at the Wallabies and for Australia is insane. You can't turn that down. Then you got Josh Fluke at centre, Josh Nasser, Lungy Gleeson, who I think is so underrated, Len Ikitau, who's great, Liam Wright, Luke Raymer, Lukan Sakayaloto, Marika Korobiti, Matt Faisler, Max Jorgensen, Nick White, Nick Frost, Noah Lolosio, Rob Valentini, Seru Uru, Tane Edmed, who got called up. He actually went and played for my local province in New Zealand for North Harbour. Taniele Tupou, Tate McDermott, Tom Hooper, Tom Linner, Tom Wright. Obviously, Tom is a very bloody common name in Australia. Will Skelton and Zane Nongor. Now, we can go to the team. So we'll pretty much go through who I think should start for them, just in my opinion anyway, who I think will maybe bring a bit of aggression size as well to the team. And this is obviously if everyone is healthy, because Dave Parecki, he's been dealing with injuries, etc. But we can hope he'll be back for this tour. So number 1, I would go Angus Bell. It's pretty obvious, from New South Wales, plays for the Waratahs, 36 Australian caps, 7 tries, debuted in 2020. He's 25, 6'4", and 127 kilos. Dave Parecki from Sydney as well, also for the Waratahs, 19 caps for Aussie, 1 try, debuted in 2022. He's 32 years old, so this will be his chance. 6'1" and 108 kilos. He has captained Australia in the past as well. Then you got Alex Hodgman, or you would start Taniela Tupou here. It's one or the other. If Tupou can get fit, then I would rather pick Tupou. But Hodgman has been a revelation for the Reds. He's played really, really good. His scrummaging is solid. I mean, he's 6'4", 122 kilos, 31 years old. He played 4 tests for the All Blacks and 1 Australian cap. And he debuted in 2020 for the ABs, that is. He plays for the Reds for his Super Rugby team as well. So it's a pretty big front row. Right, I mean, 2 6'4" props, and I think you'll need it against the likes of Andrew Porter, etc. So it's going to be interesting, and especially Ellis Gange, Tag Furlong. Then you got in the second row, I got Nick Frost. He's been really, really good for the Wallabies in this Rugby Championship and also the Autumn Series. From the Sydney as well. I mean, it seems like bloody everyone's from Sydney, right? I mean, 2 of the 3 were born in Sydney, and the other one was born in Auckland, New South Wales, right? Because there's a few Aucklanders in here, let me tell you that. So Nick Frost plays for the Brumbies, 25 caps for Australia, 1 try, 2021 was his debut. He's only 25. He's 6'9" and 120 kilos, so big boy. Then you got Will Skelton, born also in Auckland. We'll call it Auckland, Australia, right? Plays for La Rochelle over in the top 14, 33 Aussie caps, 2 tries. Debuted in 2014. He's 32, so this will be his chance to play against them. And then he's 6'8" and 135 kilos, so he is a big, big boy. Then we got In the back row, you got Rob Valentini. He's one Australian player for a couple of years now in a row. He was born in Melbourne, plays for the Brumbies, 52 caps for them, 5 tries, debuted in 2019, so about 5-6 years now. He's 26 years old, so he debuted, at a very young age. They'll be around 21. He would have debuted for Australia. He's 6'4", 117 kilos. In at number 7, man, I really rate Fraser McReight. When he is healthy, the dude is all over the field. He scores tries. He's fast. He's fit. The dude can play 80, no problem. And he can jackal a ball like nothing. So I really, really rate him. One of the best 7s in the world at the moment. Born in Buderim, Queensland. First one from Queensland. Plays for the Reds. 25 caps for Australia. 10 tries. I mean, that's pretty high for Test rugby. Debuted in 2020. He's only 25 as well. And he's 6'1" and 108 kilos. He's definitely bulked up. I remember when he first came onto the scene, he was very skinny. He was only like 98 kilos. So he's packed on 10 kilos of muscle. And it really shows in this game. Sorry, nearly forgot about El Capitano, right? At number 8, you got Harry Wilson, who's the captain. Born in Gunnedah in New South Wales. Plays for the Reds. Captains the Reds too. 22 caps for Australia. 1 try. Back in 2022, he debuted. So he's been pumping out the caps. He's 25 years old, 6'5", and 115 kilos. So that's a massive forward pack that the Aussies have. And that's where it's going to match up great against the powerful forwards that the British and Irish Lions have. But the backs is maybe where it'll get kind of broken because, the British and Irish Lions, they got a pretty damn solid backline, in my opinion, and very experienced as well, where Australia might be lacking in the experience part. Now, at number 9 and 10, I got Jake Gordon, plays for the Waratahs, 29 caps for Aussie, 3 tries, debuted in 2018. He's 30 years old, 6'1", and 87 kilos. He's always a sniper, right? He's sniping around the ruck. He's always great at following up as well, doing support play. Really like him. His kicking has gotten better. It's still not 100%, but hopefully it just gets better over the Super Rugby season. Then you got Ben Donaldson, who I think, is the dark horse to make that number 10, because obviously they really want to stick a Noah Lolosio. His goal kicking is very accurate. But I think Ben Donaldson, he brings a bit more. He brings a bit better defense. He brings better attack. It's just obviously the kicking where he lacks a little bit, but he has gotten better with that as well. He was born in New South Wales, plays for the Force, the Western Force, first Western Force player, 16 caps for Aussie, 85 points. Debuted in 22. He's only 25 as well, and 6'1" and 86 kilos. Now we got the center pairing, right? We got Len Ekitau. So I'm keeping the same one they did in the autumn series. You can easily put Hunter Paisami in as well. But I mean, if you're going to pay big money for Swali'i, you better start him. So I think start him at center. The guy's a beast. Whack him in there. I mean, yeah, we'll get to him right now. But Len Ekitau, born in Brisbane, plays for the Brumbies, 39 caps, 6 tries, debuted in 2021, 26 years old, 6 foot, 96 kilos. Then you got Swali'i, born in Penrith, plays for the Waratahs, hasn't played for them yet, has played for Australia 4 times, even before playing for club, which is crazy. Debuted in 2024. He's only 21 years old, so, Rugby Australia's got a good one here. He's 6'5" and 98 kilos. So, a great specimen. And it's already kind of correlated as well. He's shown what he can do already against teams like Ireland, Scotland, etc. So, hopefully it'll carry on. He'll get better with time, learning the game. Now we got the back 3. You got Marika Korobiti, born in Fiji, plays for Saitama, 63 caps, 20 tries, debuted back in 2017. He's 32 now, and he's 5'11", 93 kilos. Another player who came from rugby league, used to play for the Melbourne Storm and that. But now he's really solidified himself as, a very well-known Australian winger. Then you got on the right wing, Andrew Callaway, plays for the Waratahs now, was playing for the Melbourne Rebels, who now annexed. He's got 13 tries and 39 caps, 29 years old, 6 foot and 94 kilos. And you got Tom Wright, who really showed, and I guess he's really taken that opportunity that was given to him, especially in that Autumn Nation series. just that game against Wales alone really kind of re-popped his name up. But he's always been able to do that sort of thing. You know, he's always been a great runner, but I think his experience now has gotten him over that edge and kind of completed his game a bit. Is he still one of the best fullbacks in the game? No, he's not. But for Australia, he's definitely the best one. So he's plays for the Brumbies from Sydney, 37 caps, 10 tries, debuted in 22, 27 years old, 6'2" and 98 kilos. So a lot of young players, you know, in the Australian team. So if they keep the same core, they're definitely going to build for the next World Cup. And they're going to be a pretty big force, I'd say. Then you got on the bench, Paenga Omosa, born in Auckland, New Zealand again. Plays for the Western Force now, 20 Aussie caps, 1 try, 29 years old, 6 foot and 117 kilos. Now, this is the first call that can be challenged, which is fine enough. You can easily put James Slipper in at 17. But I think you can see Slipper is past his best. He gets kind of, in some of the scrums, you watched him in that Autumn Nation series in the Rugby Championship as well. You can see him, he doesn't have that same power. He can hold, but he's not going to be able to win you those penalties by, you know, scrumming through someone. He just doesn't have that power anymore. You got Isaac Kailea, born in Melbourne, plays for the Tars now. He was playing for the Melbourne Rebels as well. He's got 8 Aussie caps, 1 try, debuted in 2024, just last year. He's 24 years old, so very young, 6'3" and 129 kilos. So he's a big, big boy. Then you got Alan Alalatoa, born in Sydney, plays for the Brumbies. He's got 80 caps for Australia, 1 try, debuted back in 2016. He's 30 years old, and he's 6'1" and 123 kilos. So he definitely deserves to be in there. Yet again, it can be a rotational. I mean, Tupou can also be on here. You know, they can rotate the front 3, I'd say, for sure. Second row, you got Sakaya Loto, who's really turned up, and he's been really good. He rised up pretty quick, and he's really made a name for himself, right? So he's got 41 caps, 2 tries since 2017. He's 28, 6'7", 124 kilos. He plays for the Reds. He's from Auckland in New Zealand. Then you got Lungi Gleeson, who's really risen up pretty much from a, you know, unknown name. Then you see that red headgear and you just go, okay, this guy's for real. His physicality. When I watched that Springboks game here in Brisbane, you know, there's not many players that were standing up to the Boks physicality. He was the guy. He was making meters post contact. He was putting big shots on. So I think he's definitely one to watch. And it's just because they have such a good back 3 that he probably won't get a start anytime soon. But yeah, hopefully that's if everyone's healthy. Born in Sydney, plays for the Tars, 14 caps. He's only 23. He's 6'2" and 109 kilos. So another young 2 players there. You got Tate McDermott from Bundaberg, another Queenslander. Plays for the Reds, 41 Aussie caps, 3 tries, debuted back in 2020. He's 26, so still young. Got a lot of experience. He's 5'9" and 84 kilos. Lolesio, also born in Auckland. Might as well call it Auckland, Australia at this point. ACT Brumbies, 29 caps for Aussie, 225 points. His goal kicking is very accurate, but I feel that's the other parts of his game where he's dropped off. He's 25 years old, 5'11", 89 kilos. Then Max Jorgensen, born in Sheffield in England, plays for the Waratahs, 7 caps for Australia, 2 tries, debuted last year. He's 20 years old, 6 foot and 88 kilos. And he's the one who scored the game-winning try against England in extra time and injury time, sorry. And I think he's a live wire. So it's really we're gonna see what the Waratahs can produce. I mean, the Waratahs have probably one of the strongest teams in the whole Super Rugby this year. And if they can't win the championship, then, you know, the coach has got to go, because every year they have one of the best teams and they never, ever, you know, win the championship anymore. Now I've got the coach, Joe Schmidt, born in Kawakawa in New Zealand. Coached Ireland from 2013 to 2019, 77 matches, 55 wins, 21 losses, 1 draw. So it's 71% win rate, which is pretty damn good. 3 Six Nations championships, 2014, 15, and 18. 1 Grand Slam, 1 Triple Crown. So it's pretty good. Then World Rugby Coach of the Year in 2018. now Australia coach, 13 matches, 6 wins, 7 losses, 46% win rate, 2 Heineken Cups with Leinster as a coach as well in 2011 and 2012. So he's done it all as a coach, really. The only thing he needs now is a World Cup, and then he'll go down as one of the best coaches in history. I mean, Grand Slam, Triple Crown, Six Nations, World Rugby Coach of the Year, Heineken Cups. He's won the URC as well with Leinster as well. So that's the only thing he needs is just a World Cup as the head coach, and every doubter will be put behind. So now we'll go on to this here. We're gonna go into the previews of the games and all that, looking at the previous results, but I think I might pop that one in the next video. So if you do want to see things like this, where we're going to run through every game, which stadium it's being played at, some pictures from history back in 1910, you can see there. You can see the results, which I'll show here as well. So as you can see, they've played Argentina 7 times, and yeah, it's 6 wins and 1 draw for the British and Irish, 1 draw for Argentina. They're going to be playing in Aviva Stadium over in Ireland, 51,700 seats. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be really, really good. We'll go through the rest of these previews of the games in the next video. So if you do want to see it, hit that subscribe button below. It means a lot, shows the support for the channel as well. I'm not always going to get everything right as well, so sometimes there might be a player that kind of slips in my mind for a team, whatever it might be, but I'm happy to wear it at all times, because the only thing I care about in this channel is being able to talk about rugby and being able to discuss it, because I mean, I think it's the greatest game on this planet. So to be able to talk to people, kind of discuss it, all that type of stuff is what it's all about. So definitely let me know what you think, if you would change things, that sort of thing. If you put any other different players in the Wallabies squad, let me know below. But I'm pretty keen to see the Six Nations, Super Rugby, and we've got Champions Cup this weekend. Pretty excited all around, but we'll go through these results and we'll preview them and even do a prediction, just a way too early prediction. Won't even know the squad yet. We'll go through that in the next video. So if you want to see it, like I said, hit the like button, comment, and hit that subscribe button right below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.